Manifestation Pod. We are Louise and Sam, two ordinary mums living extraordinary lives through friendship, self-improvement, manifestation, the law of attraction, and a little bit of the magic. We look forward to you joining us on our fortnightly podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 22 of the Manifestation Pod with me, Sam Fillingham, and Louise Marshall. Hi, Louise.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know why I'm singing.
I love it. I love the energy this morning. Beautiful. It's beautiful. How's life? Let's have a little life check-in before we get to our topic.
Yeah, so over here is all good. We've got snow today. It's very, very thick. But in a nice way. It's all very fluffy. It's not that dirty snow yet that ruins your life and you don't know what shoes to wear and you're worried about your car slipping on black ice. It's the fluffy, lovely stuff that makes you want to throw snowballs. Very beautiful.
It is pretty, isn't it? It's same here, actually. I was like, oh, it's like, I don't know, an icing sugar or something. It's just like really fluffy and nice. So everywhere just looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I took a few pictures doing the school run this morning, and I didn't know it was snowing. I didn't really check the forecast. So when I woke up this morning, the cat was crying to go out, as he does every morning at 5 a.m. So I ran downstairs, as I do, and I don't put the light on because I'm in my underwear most of the time. And I looked in the back through the patio, and I just thought, oh, the light looks beautiful this morning. Still not realising that it was like white on the ground. And then as I let him out, I was like, oh, wow, look at that.
A nice surprise, isn't it? I was the same.
Yeah.
George is out really early at the moment for revision and he was just going out and I was like, it snowed, Iris, it snowed, get excited. And, you know, they're getting older, so they're not as excited, but still a teeny bit.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit from Charlotte. Just because I went in the room, I was like, Charlotte, it's time to get up. You really need to look out of the window. If I give her an interesting thing to do in the morning, she gets up really easily.
Yeah, same. I always forget that, but it always works a treat, doesn't it?
Yeah, so she was up and then she was like, the fish, I can't even say it, the fish pond has frozen. It hadn't. She loves giving me bad news in the morning. Hasn't frozen at all, the fish are fine.
Oh my God, they're such little tricksters, aren't they? Like, I love all this from Irish. She seems to say the opposite of everything that's true, just to like really wind me up.
Yeah, we get a lot of that, and she'll say things like that. The fish pond. Why can't I say fish pond? The fish pond is frozen, and I was thinking if it's frozen, the filter stopped working, and the fish will eventually die. You know, I need to do something about that. And then I looked out, I was like, no, it hasn't. Oh, I thought it had. And we get that a lot at the moment, you know. I can't turn the bathroom tap. The bathroom tap's broke. I can't turn it off. And I think, shit. And I come upstairs and I go, just turn it off, Charlotte. Oh, it didn't do it when I did it. I don't know why she likes causing me stress because things like that send me over the edge and I usually end up screaming. And she doesn't like that. So, yeah, I don't know what that's about, really.
They do it. I was thinking that this morning. Like, I get really grumpy when they're not doing everything they should in the morning. And then they don't like me being grumpy. So why don't they just do everything they're supposed to? It's just, kids. What fun.
What fun indeed. Although she's oh God, I'm loving her at the moment. She started reading over Christmas. So I love reading. I read loads. I always have about 9 books on the go at any one time. And Charlotte's never been interested in reading, which has always been not a disappointment to me, but because I love it so much, I'm like, oh God, you'd love it if you just curled up with a book. Anyway, somebody, who was it? Gemma, a stepmom, bought her a book for Christmas. And she loved it. And she's bought the completes. I mean, I've not even moaned about having to go to Waterstones and buy all the other ones. But yeah, she's curling up in the corner reading. I love it.
Brilliant. That's good. What books are of interest?
Something called The Worst Week of My Life, maybe.
Right.
And then there's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She's up to Thursday. But that in turn led us to a trip around Waterstones, and she picked some other books that do look quite good, actually. And she started those as well. Someone called Lottie someone, not the author name, the character. I want to say Fletcher, but that's not right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll show you if you're interested for Iris. But, yeah. So on Friday, I think not last Friday, the Friday before, I had a migraine after work. Well, not even after work, in work. And I came home and I got on the sofa and we were supposed to be watching a film. And I was just like, I'm really sorry, I need to go and have a lie down. And she's like, it's fine, I've got a book. And she just curled up on the sofa and literally read a book for hours while I puked upstairs.
Oh, bless her. It's brilliant when they do that, isn't it? So, you know, have I told you about Iris's Harry Potter obsession? Oh, yeah. So it started before Christmas, so we've watched the films 20 billion times.
Yeah, she did tell me that.
Yeah, so she finally started on the books in the last week, and I'm like, oh, this is very exciting. So, yeah, she's been creating little reading nooks at various places around the house and curling up with that. So maybe it must be a reading season for the girls.
It must be.
Yeah, love it.
I mean, there's not much else to do in this weather, but the good thing about that is it allows me to curl up next to her and get my book out.
Yeah.
So,
Or fall asleep, which is
or fall asleep, yeah. Win-win.
Yeah, exactly. Win-win all round. Oh, I love it. No, I've had a good week as well. I don't know, it feels like the energy's just like totally changed this week. Don't know if it's the snow or the light or what, but it's just feeling a bit of like forward momentum. Not getting too excited, not stopping wintering, but just like, oh yeah, this is good. I can like see a bit of forward. I don't know. I can see spring on the horizon in a way.
Yeah, me too. And it's weird to say that on a day when we've got really heavy snow, but yeah, I feel like that. Mercury was in retrograde over, I think it was December until the beginning of January. I didn't really pay that much attention, but maybe that shifted.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, I might be wrong, but I think there's no planet in retrograde for a little bit now, which always just makes things a bit more flowy.
Yes.
So it's always good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was in my, did we record last week or did we? Did we? Yeah. So I was in a bit of a slump last week and felt quite low energy. But yeah, that's completely shifted. But I am ovulating at the moment. Oh my God, that's so too much information for people. Sorry, I've got absolutely zero filter. I've really tried with the pod so far. So I've done 22 episodes. Anyone who knows me in work, in life, in general knows it's not even that I overshare. I just have no filter because I'm just not embarrassed about, well, anything really. Yeah, I'm not. So yeah, I'm ovulating and that just lifts your mood massively. So I've been like that all weekend. I've had a really, really good weekend. And I've been on a complete high, really.
Good. That's good. Yeah, I forgot, like, after we recorded last time, it was dark moon because the new moon wasn't coming till Friday. So dark moon is like really low energy time anyway. So new moon's here now. So it's all a bit good this week. Yeah, better. Exactly. My life update mostly includes the stuff we're going to talk about in our topic. So I'm going to save for that because we're going to talk about checking in with our goals, really, aren't we? Like where we are with them. So that's good. And we are releasing this 1 week after the last episode came out. We're releasing it as a bonus episode, but we are going to try and do some weekly bonus episodes, and we'll see how it goes. We don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves because, you know, we've got lots of other jobs and things that we should be getting on with. Let's give it a go. So welcome to the bonus episode, checking in on our goals. Are you going first, Lou? Have you had a good week beginning of January? How's it gone with your goals?
Really good. Especially considering I did have low energy last week, but I don't know whether I talked about Davinia Murphy last week. Did I talk about Davinia Murphy at all?
At some point on the pod. Yeah, because that was you didn't like, not that you didn't like, you weren't into Demi Moore as your like person I want to emulate now. It was Davinia.
Yeah, so I've got a new person to stalk. But what I like about, so it's not the same as Demi Moore, because Demi Moore was all about looks and nothing else. But I've started following her, and she's got a podcast, and I feel she just resonates with me massively because she talks about her life and struggling with weight,
Yeah.
but she's really healthy. And I feel like that. I was watching the Michael Mosley program, I can't remember when it was on, but it's like one of those programs. He gets a typical family and he looks at the food shopping and goes, "You're eating crap. That's why you feel like shit. Eat good stuff, you'll feel better and you'll cure all your ailments." And I watched it, and and my mum was like, "Oh yeah, it was really good. We talked about it." And I said it was good, but I wish they wouldn't pick someone who has got a shopping trolley full of biscuits and cakes and all that rubbish, because I don't eat any of that. I don't buy any of that. Hang on, disclaimer. I don't eat any of it and I don't buy any, but I do have cravings, and I think I do have a very addictive personality. And people who know me will testify to this. If I have one chocolate, I have the entire box.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eat till I puke. I don't puke, but I eat until I feel really ill. I don't do it all the time, but I do it now and then, and it is definitely addictive behaviour. It's ridiculous. So I do that, but I don't buy stuff like that in the house. So I'm not someone who'll have a cup of tea at night and dip biscuits in or anything like that. So I think I've got I eat really healthily, but I've got some very, very bad habits. But I still put on weight, and I would love someone to do a program about that, about how people like that lose weight. So anyway, in comes Davinia Murphy, who had very similar, we've got loads in common. Anyway, she ate well, but still put on weight, hormones, she had issues with alcohol.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've listened to a podcast and I've just read a book, and oh my God, it's changed my life, like really has. So what I've discovered is everything I'm eating is fine, but I'm eating it in the wrong order. So I've changed, switched the way I'm eating things. The only thing that I've absolutely changed is, instead of having breakfast cereal in the morning, so I normally have porridge. I thought it was dead healthy having porridge every morning. It's really bad for you. Sorry, porridge isn't bad for you. Porridge is good for you, but it spikes your glucose first thing in the morning, which sends you on that craving sugar all day, which I can definitely relate to. And some days I'm really good at going no, and other days I just give in. And what she's saying is, this isn't to do with willpower or weakness. This is just chemicals in your body reacting in the way that you put food in your body. So I've been having, and to be honest, it's not my favourite, but I've been having an egg every morning. But I'm full until lunch. I am never, ever, ever full until lunchtime. And so I've lost 5 pounds in a week.
Yeah.
So I weighed myself, not Sunday just gone, the Sunday before. I was 11 stone 1. And then on Sunday just gone, I'm 10 stone 10. And I've been weighing myself consistently every day because I need some accountability for myself. So that's made me feel really good. And it's not been much of a change to what I'm eating at all. I'm still having the same lunch, still having the same dinner at night. And touch wood so far. Yesterday afternoon, I had a bit of a grumpy mood, and I did snack for the first time, but I didn't have anything sweet. I snacked on, I mean, they're not good for you, but you know the Jacob's crackers with loads of salt on them?
Oh, yeah.
Ritz crackers, I think they're called. I ate nearly half a packet of those, and I smothered them in butter as well, real butter, because I was feeling really, I just had an hour of not feeling great, and that had a knock-on effect with the rest of my day. So I was in the right mood by kind of tea time, but that's just made me realise just how bad some foods are.
Yeah. It's you remember that glucose goddess book and stuff?
She refers to her quite a lot.
Yeah. Because it's like you say, it's not that the porridge is bad; it's what you're putting in it and what's added to it. So that made me switch to like a really savoury porridge. So there's nothing in my porridge now that spikes the glucose. There's nuts and there's seeds and there's fruits that don't spike your glucose, like some of the berries and stuff, or banana or something like that.
Yeah.
And it does make a real difference, doesn't it, to that morning?
It does.
That
It does.
mid-morning slump is like the thing that then sets the course for the day, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that little switch has made all the difference.
Brilliant.
And also, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this, but oat milk. So I get the unsweetened one, and it hasn't got all the stuff in the back like additives or stuff. The one that I get is it's not one of the main brands, but it doesn't have all the shit in it, for want of a better word, that some of the others do. But it still has hidden sugar in it, even though it's got no added sugar on it. And I definitely feel like I've had sugar when I've had it. But I just don't know what to have instead of it, because I've really gone off milk, and I can't have a black coffee. I don't want a black
And you
coffee.
can't do the nut milks because you're
I can't
allergy
do
as
nut milk.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got nut allergy. So that's something I
tricky
need to
one.
think about. Yeah. I've definitely been drinking more like healthier teas, which obviously you don't put milk in, like mint tea and stuff like that. That's fine. Because what I find actually in this weather, I don't need a cup of tea or coffee. What I need is something hot, because
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Yeah.
With me, it's when I'm cold, I want to eat and I want to comfort eat. So yeah, so I'm on a bit of a journey with that at the moment. I'm definitely at the beginning of it, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Nice. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been working on my health goal as well. And yeah, I feel good. I've definitely lost I'm concentrating on inches. I do weigh myself, but not as regularly. So I think I've lost 2 inches last Friday, the last
Ooh,
week.
that's good.
So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It seems to be going well, and just taking it easy really, but concentrating what I'm eating and stuff a bit more. Just that accountability is really nice. That makes me feel like I'm working on this. I'm not doing nothing about it. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
So I just have it in the back of my diary and like check in on a Friday with it now. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. I think my main health goal was though about like my body, wasn't it? And like safety
Yeah.
of my body and all of that. So that's still like progressing well. I'm really thinking about like imagining myself as a different body type when I feel like I'm going the other way, or I start to feel negative. I'm like, no, you are a Amazonian supermodel. Like just really visualizing something different to try and knock that out of me, which is nice. I like it. And I did my qigong again this week, and yeah, I think it's going well. I feel good about it. I think it's going to take a while. I think I've got to really reprogram my mind a bit around all this, but yeah, I am feeling really good about it. So definitely
That's cool.
progressing.
Yeah. Did you do the when you're out and about pretending you're an Amazonian goddess? And did you feel differently? Did you
Yeah,
feel that's good?
definitely. And I was shopping one day this week, and I'm really concentrating on like not making myself small in small environments. Like when
Yeah.
there's a small space to get through, I'll be like, oh God, I won't. I'll stand back and not try and squeeze through. And I'm just a bit like, not barging, but I'm like, no, I deserve to go through too. And I was shopping this week and thinking about that. And then, thinking about I am this Amazonian supermodel, and watching the way people reacted to me. And you were right, it was different. It was. So I need to just keep doing that and going like this with my hand, because I'm like, it's going in my mind. It's going in my mind.
Yeah.
Keep it up. It does feel different to do it, and it's nice to have a different focus in your mind. So I'm really glad. Like, I feel like this pod makes us uncover things in our mind and gives us accountability as well.
Oh, it's like therapy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's more therapeutic than me and you just having a conversation, which we do, often. But yeah, it is. It's like therapy. I think what it is because in a normal conversation, we just talk about whatever comes into our heads. Whereas with this, we have to think about topics and we have to progress those topics and we have to, you're thinking in a slightly different way. It's not quite as, what's the word I'm looking for? Organic as our conversations off pod.
Yeah.
It's a bit more structured. It's a bit more, a bit more thought goes into it. So I think because we've got to think about what we're talking about, that could be the reason why. I don't know. It doesn't even matter, does it? It works. And
That's it. I think sometimes like that, especially that conversation we had on the pod about body image and stuff. I think we go off on tangents sometimes on the pod that actually uncover stuff that we've not even thought about with our goals. And I think that for me particularly did. It made me remember that I'm having a lot of these negative thoughts that I've not really even been thinking about. So yeah, it's a good reminder to keep that in check. So
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mm.
So last week, so I challenged you to go out and about and, be this different person and see how that felt. And you challenged me to go out and feel good. And pretend I was somebody else, which actually I didn't do, because what I did do, I looked in my wardrobe, because I'm doing this like style challenge at the moment, which has fallen by the wayside a little bit. But I was doing it last week and I looked in my wardrobe and everything's grey, everything's jeans, everything's black. And I was like, no wonder I don't feel amazing, because none of these clothes particularly make you feel amazing. They make me feel like nothing really.
Mm.
Anyway, so I thought I'm going to put some outfits together for work, which I did. And I watched something on TV and someone was wearing a kilt. And I was like, I want a kilt. She had like quite a, what I would call a queen kilt, that it was quite long. It was to the knee and slightly flared. I wanted a little short kilt like I used to wear back in the day. So I went out after work and I bought one. I put it on, and I'll be honest, it was quite tight on me. I must try it on again now this week. Now I've lost 5 pounds. But I thought, I don't normally buy things that don't fit me that well, but I thought I am going to lose weight. I absolutely am. I'm not being this size, so it will fit me. And I didn't buy a ridiculous size. I mean, it's just a size 12, but obviously I was having a bigger day then, so it was very tight on me. And then I came home and I looked for a top that I could wear with it, which I found. And I wanted one that just didn't cover like my bum, just came to like the waist of the kilt, so it looked all cute. And I wore it to work the next day. Honestly, I was like bouncing around. I walked in work, and the first person I saw was like a guy, Dave, who doesn't listen to this pod because he thinks it's quote shit. But he was the first person I saw. And I kind of like ran in and I just went, oh, they're cute. And he just looked at me and burst out laughing. And he went, what's wrong with you? And I went, look at me. Don't I look cute? And he was like, you look something, Lou. And he started laughing at me. But I just felt dead cute all day. I think
I
I
love
felt
it.
cute. I think I acted cute. I don't know. I was just saying to everyone, people think I'm mad. I was just saying, like, do you like my skirt? Look how cute it is. Literally to everyone. I don't mean people who I don't know, just like people who are like just friends at work. But yeah, it just made me feel really good, because I really felt like, I thought, I don't need to emulate someone else. I need to feel like the old Louise. And I absolutely did.
Brilliant.
And that was me. It didn't completely fit, but I was comfortable in it. I don't think anyone would have seen. It was quite high waisted. So if you lifted the top up, I mean, it didn't look attractive, but nobody saw that, and it wasn't tight enough that I felt that, and I just felt really nice all day, and I've not felt like that in a long time, like in ages. So that spurred me on then the next day, because I was like, oh, I can't wear the kilt again. But I really wanted to, but I thought I can't wear the kilt for the rest of my life. I need to buy new clothes and find clothes in my wardrobe. So I found another outfit. I can't remember what I wore the day after, but I wore something. I didn't feel quite as cute as the kilt, but I felt really good all day.
Oh, that's good. That is
Yeah,
good. So more days like that then. More outfits like that.
absolutely. Properly elevates your mood. So
Yeah.
that must have been Wednesday and Thursday. And then did I work from home on Friday? But by the time I worked from home on Friday, I quite enjoyed the not having makeup on and having like my normal clothes on, because I can't be asked in the morning,
No.
doing hair and makeup every day. I just can't. I'm not that person anymore. So it's quite nice to just have that mix of going to the office, I feel nice. And I went shopping again then on the Thursday after work, because I felt nice. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go and look around the shops. Didn't end up buying anything because I couldn't see anything. But yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's such a nice development. You sent me a picture as well, and you killed.
I did. Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, probably saying don't look cute, because I'm sending it to people, because
Yeah,
not in any kind of like, I realise how mad this sounds listening to it. I do sometimes worry about people who listen to the pod don't know me and you and our quirky little ways, particularly mine.
What
But
makes you? So
say that again.
it's what makes you you.
Yeah, it is.
Older.
So bouncing around work going, aren't I cute? Aren't I cute? Just sound bonkers if you don't know me. But it wasn't in any kind of like, I don't know, it might come off as big headed or anything like that. Far from it. It was so unusual for me to feel like that. I wanted to share it. That's what that was about.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if like you listen back to the last pod about how you felt about what you were wearing and what you looked like, so then a few days later be in work feeling cute, I think anyone would be like, yes, go Louise.
Yeah. And go anybody else who's feeling like that.
Yeah.
Like it really didn't take much effort. I bought a £27 kilt. I
Yeah.
found the top part of my wardrobe. I also found, honestly, it just got better. I've got some like, this sounds horrific, but thigh-high boots. But
Yeah.
don't get any ideas of, how you imagine thigh-high boots. They're flat boots. They're in like a brown suede and they just look really cute with the outfit. I sound like some like what are those people called? S&M person walking around the office with a whip in their hand. No, I didn't look like that at all. Yeah, they're not sexy boots at all. They just happen to be long. And honestly, part of the reason I wore them, they're dead warm because I'm always cold.
I
So
think we
yeah.
need a video or picture next time you wear this outfit to share with the pod squad. We describe this outfit in such detail. If I was listening, I'd be like, what does it look like?
Yeah, I might do that. But yeah, it's funny that you don't need to do massive things to make yourself feel better. It's just all baby steps, isn't it? Just move something on 1% or 2% and just keep doing that.
Exactly, yeah. So that's like good for all your goals, isn't it? It's like we've not stopped wintering. We're not like running around like crazy people trying to smash these goals in January. It's just like we're still napping, we're still wintering. We're just doing little things to make ourselves feel good and to know that we're working towards our goals. Like, which is the best you can do in winter.
Of course it is. And I think, particularly because both our goals are quite body image in one way or another, I keep thinking all these little steps I'm taking now, they are small, they're not massive. But in June, when I really will care what my body looks like, when I'm lying on the beach in the south of France, I'm putting all these little steps in now. So hopefully by then, not only will I kind of look better on the outside, but I'll feel better on the inside as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, because we can still hide at the moment, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. It's still in big jumper territory, aren't we? Which is so lovely to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
but what's not good is in summer feeling like you want to be in big jumpers because you're not feeling great about yourself. So yeah, baby steps. But I think as well, again, there's a knock-on effect. So because I was feeling all cute and perhaps I haven't lost. When I say lost it, I don't mean in any kind of check me out way, but lost the way I used to feel about myself, which was really, really confident. And I want some of that back. And because I got like a really small part of that back, I want more of it. So that kind of spurred me on. So I was reading I bought Davinia's book then on Saturday when I was out. And I started reading that and it made loads of sense. I was like, I could easily do this. And there was this real glimmer of, God, I could have the body that I used to have as well. That doesn't seem quite as off target as it was before. And I've always thought I can't go back to that because of these ridiculous cravings that I have and then binging on sugar because that's absolutely what I do. Yeah. So
sometimes, it just takes like one book or something to be like remind you that there's always an answer, isn't there? There's always a change that you can make. Just doesn't always feel like it at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we're never stuck, are we? However much we think we are.
No, exactly. I've got a really interesting manifesting thing that's happening to me that's never really happened before, in that I'm visualizing and thinking about things and not talking about them or writing them down, and they're happening.
I love this.
And this has never happened before, I don't think, or not that I can recall. So, my yoga nidra classes started properly last week, Friday. So now I'm going to be doing them every week.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
massive.
I
Wasn't it?
know. So that's really exciting. So all week last week, no one had booked in to the class. So I was just like, right, I'm just keeping the faith. I'd got in the local paper and I've been putting it out there. So I was just like, no, it's going to be full. Like, and so in my diary every day, I'm going to have a full, yoga nidra class. And then by like Thursday night, it was pretty much full. I had 6 people. And I had my first block booking. So someone booked in for 5 classes.
Brilliant.
I was just like blown away. So that was exciting. So I did write that one down a bit actually, but even so, like I'm just properly chuffed with that. But one of my goals was around collaborations with the Yoga Nidra this year, and I've talked about doing it at a festival and that kind of stuff. But one of the people that I really want to collaborate with, I've definitely not written this down or told anyone, but every time I come into contact with them, I'm like, I really want to do something with them. Like they're amazing. And then one day last week, they just sent me a voice note saying, I think we should really do something together in March. Can we meet and talk about it? I was like, oh my gosh. I was so excited. So excited. And then I went to a new networking on Friday, which was awesome. It was called the Loop Collective in Chesterfield. And there's so many interesting people there, and then an opportunity about doing an outdoor nidra in the summer has come out of that as well. So a few little things like that I'm just visualizing and thinking about in my own mind keep happening. So I feel like I'm in some kind of really good flow at the moment.
Yeah,
Very
sounds
exciting.
like it.
Yeah. And a couple of money things like came up as well. And I was just like, I'm on a roll. I need to keep this energy, this manifestation energy going.
I think that's the definite cycle. I think once you're in it, it does carry on. I get that a lot, but they never like important things. They're always silly things, but they always happen. So the things like, and now I have to be really careful what thoughts go in my head because some things I just absolutely don't want to happen. So say I'm out on a Saturday night. This is just one that I can remember. I was going out this one Saturday night and I was thinking all day, oh, I can't be bothered. It was probably cold or raining or whatever. I don't really go out when it rains. I hate the rain. And I was just thinking about it. I remember I was in Tesco with Charlotte. I was thinking, oh God, I can't be bothered going out tonight. And I can't really cancel because my friend, we've not seen each other for a bit. And da 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 da. She rang me 5 seconds later in Tesco as I just had this thought. And she rang me. And as soon as I picked up the phone, I could tell she was going to cancel because she lost it completely. And she was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I've got this like bug. And I was like, it's fine. I can hear you're clearly not well. And we cancelled. But then I was like, oh, I wanted to decide.
Yeah.
It was just a little thought in my head. I'd not fully really decided to stay in. I was really pissed off, not with her, but just with myself for even fleetingly. What I find is a lot of fleeting thoughts come true. So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's funny that, isn't it? Because I do a lot of that with my intuition now, where I'm like, is that really happening or is it going to get cancelled? And when it's cancelled and you don't want it to be, I'm like, really? Does it have to be? Like, I really wanted to do that. And yeah, I have these funny internal conversations now where I'm like, okay, I've got to accept it, fine, But
Yeah.
it's like kind of annoying, isn't it, in some ways? But I mean, it's all for like the highest good, and there's a really good reason. But yeah, I had a similar thing at the weekend. I was supposed to do a hike in Manchester and woke up feeling absolutely pants and just an inner message like, it's not the day today, just don't do it. And I desperately wanted to go, but yeah, sometimes you've just got to listen, haven't you, to the signs and people cancelling and just be like, yeah, all right, it's not the day. Let's do it another day.
And here's a funny one. Sometimes, even if you don't listen to your intuition, the universe steps in and cancels it for you. So on Saturday, this was really weird. And it was that weird that even Charlotte commented on its weirdness. So we were going to the Trafford Centre because she had vouchers for Christmas that she wanted to spend. So we had this plan all week that me and her were going to the Trafford Centre on Saturday. We'd do the bottom floor in the morning, we'd have lunch, we'd do the top floor in the afternoon, we're going to have a massive shopping day. And because of the kilt, I was very excited, thinking I'm going to look for me as well. We'll have a proper early shopping day. So I said to her, she made her own plan the night before on Friday. She said, I'm going to get up. She makes banana pancakes sometimes on a Saturday. She said, I'm going to get up and make banana pancakes for us both. A room was a tip as usual. So I said, on Friday night, I said, I want you to tidy your room. She said, I'll do it in the morning. So we made a plan that she'd get up at 9, and by 10:30, she'd have tidied the room. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Got ready, made pancakes, and be good to go at 10:30. At 10 o'clock, so that was the plan. What actually happened at 10 o'clock, she's still in bed. So because she's still in bed, I'm still in bed because I'm reading a good book. And even though we had this very firm plan that we both really wanted to do, I could have got up and like chivied her along and got her out of bed, but I didn't. So she ended up coming in my room and going, what are we doing? Are we getting up? And I was like, well, I'm not sure I want to go to the Trafford Centre now, Charlotte, to be honest, because if we were going to have a full day of it, I can justify driving all the way there, having lunch there. But if it's just going to be for a few hours, I'm not sure I can be bothered. And she was like, you promised me. Oh, right, whatever. Right, we'll go to the Trafford Centre. So I said, you need to get ready quick. So she got ready quick. So we ended up, it was about 5 to 12. And I said to her, I'm annoyed now because as soon as we get there, we're going to have lunch. So we're not going to start shopping till probably about 2 o'clock, which is ridiculous. She goes to her dad's on a Saturday night. She needs to be there around 5. I mean, it's flexible, it's fine, but they're the times we've got. So we were both fannying about. We got in the car at 12 o'clock and I had 60 miles. I looked at the Trafford Centre, she put it in the sat nav, it's 20 miles away. So I was like, right, I've got enough to get there and get back and have a little bit of extra. We got as far as Ashton. And I said to her, I'm going to ring a dad, Henry. I'm going to ring your dad and just tell him that I'll drop you off tonight because I'll drop you off after the Trafford Centre. Went to press the button on my phone. I'm having really bad deja vu at this very second that I've told you this before, and I can't have done because I've not spoke to you. As I pressed it, it said your phone's not connected. So I was like, why is the phone not connected? Because it's not in the bloody car. It's at home with my bank card in the back of it. I've never, ever, ever left the house without my phone, I don't think. And I didn't have my phone with me. So I was like, for God's sake. So I said to her, have you got your phone? She said, yeah. I said, oh, I'll manage without it. And I was like, shit, it's got my bank card in the back of it. I can't manage without it. So Charlotte's like, just do a transfer. So I can't do a transfer without my phone. So we had to drive home, by which time I didn't have enough electric to go to the Trafford Centre. So I thought, right, we're going to have to go to the charging station, the fast one, which is bloody expensive, and do a fast charge. And then I was just like, I can't be arsed with any of this now. So I said to her, what we're going to do, because I'm not driving home to get it just turned into like planes, trains and automobiles, honestly. It was supposed to be such a high vibe day. And by this point, I'm like, I'm bloody starving.
We've not got anywhere.
We've not had any pancakes. We've not got anywhere. I've got no phone. Anyway, we came home. So I said, why don't we go to town? So she went, I don't like town. It's too busy for me. So I said, well, just go in the Arndale Centre. It's the same as the Trafford Centre. So she said, can we park? I don't even know what this is about. I couldn't even be bothered asking her, can we park nearby so we don't have to walk? I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we went to town. But what was weird, I started thinking, clearly we were not meant to go to the Trafford Centre today. And Charlotte said to me, and I'd not voiced this at all, and I certainly didn't voice anything that she was about to say, but Charlotte went, wouldn't it be funny? I mean, it isn't funny, but she said, wouldn't it be, I'll change the word, wouldn't it be weird if a bomb went off at the Trafford Centre today? And I went, Charlotte, what a thing to say. What are you thinking about that for? She went, just because we were supposed to be going and we were going and like loads of things happened that stops us going.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, that is weird actually, because that doesn't usually happen, that whole chain of events. And as well, the night before, I forgot to charge the car. And I never do that when I'm going somewhere.
Mm.
And I did feel like, for some reason, we're not supposed to be there. I mean, a bomb didn't go off, thank God.
Thank goodness.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird how sometimes I felt like the universe was absolutely steering us away from the Trafford Centre on Saturday.
Yeah.
Whatever reason.
I know, it's funny how that happens, isn't it? And then when it does happen and you go to the place that you were diverted to, I'm always looking out for the sign. Like,
Yeah.
right. And I did this on Saturday actually, and something happened. Like, it was nothing, mate. It was some kind of conversation or something that happened at home that I really needed to be there for. And I thought, this is why. This is what I needed to be there. It's not always obvious the sign, but when it is, you're like, right, okay, yeah, I know why now.
Yes, and I thought that, but nothing happened on Saturday that made me go, like, I thought I might bump into someone, or I don't know. Nothing happened. We just had a nice, it was absolutely useless actually. I didn't buy anything. She only bought 2 things. We didn't find anything, but we had a really nice, afternoon. It was nice. It was just, yeah, what was that about? And maybe sometimes we just don't know.
No, I guess we don't need to, do we? I guess the important thing is we're following our intuition, which
Eventually.
eventually, after many barriers stopping you doing the thing that you really wanted to do. But yeah, following your intuition, you can't lose, can you?
No, that is the way forward for life.
Absolutely, it is. It is a very good way to end this episode, I think. Thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you for all the responses to this episode that's gone out this week. There's still wintering episode as well. Some shout outs, some tags and things. We got some lovely messages about that yesterday. So yeah,
Did we?
we did on Instagram. Yeah, we've been on Instagram.
I don't think I've seen. I saw one from what was she called? The trouble is, people do it under the business account.
I know.
I can never remember who's who.
Yeah, I think Rebecca messaged and posted about it, which is it Dreams of Gold?
That's it, yeah. I saw a message, but I didn't see she posted. But I felt like a message was more for you, because she said, thanks for all your support. And I thought, I'm not sure I've supported you. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure how you have. Possibly, do you like share things that she puts on Instagram?
Yeah, and I guess like just our direct messages, like,
of course, yeah,
that kind of thing. Just because she's got such high vibe posts, I just can't help but be like, yes, go, yes, just get excited. Because I keep thinking about, and I thought about this with like Verity and Rebecca this week. They're doing these awesome things, and I think back to times when I've been going through some of the changes they're going through, and you don't have many people around you in your actual life that get very excited about it or support it massively. So whenever I see anything like that, I'm like trying to be that person that I wanted, that you were for me, but like maybe not everyone around you is like that. So yeah, I do get a bit excited about stuff like that.
I need to go. I was going to say I need to go on Instagram more, but I'm consciously choosing not to go on line that up, which is probably why I'm not seeing them. But I'm going to actually look after this and have a look at what's going on in their lives and see if I can, share it and spread the joy a bit more. And obviously, I like reading high vibe posts as well, so I'm quite intrigued as to see what's going on there. So yeah, I'll have a little look after this.
I've been high. Awesome. All right. Okay. We will see you next week, probably Pod Squad, if we keep our little weekly bonus thing going. We'll see how it goes, but definitely fortnightly. If not, we shall see.
We shall see. And I was going to say, because I forget every time. Sorry, did I interrupt you? Please, could people like, share, and maybe review the pod? We always forget to ask for this, but we have noticed like our numbers have dipped since Christmas. There is something going on with algorithms and Instagram and Facebook and stuff. I know other people have posted about this. This was a couple of months ago, saying that their pods had dropped as well. Fran, the main one, because she's got, massive amounts of followers. So I'm not sure what's happening with that, why we're dropping. I mean, it can't be because we're shit, because we're not. Joke. So if you do like it, maybe just give us a follow, and also maybe share it with people who you know like stuff like this. Because sometimes the thing with sharing it on your own, there's been no point me sharing it on my own, like Facebook, because not that many people are into it. The people that are into it probably listen to it. If you've just got friends out there that you think might like the pod, share it with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we would be most grateful. All right, we'll see you soon then. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Manifestation Pod with me, Sam Fillingham, and Louise Marshall. Please follow, subscribe, and rate our pod. Share with friends to support two ordinary mums living extraordinary lives.